And so with your standards, make sure you have it so she's not thinking that she could just run you. What's just happening is her emotions are getting invested back into you just from you spending that time apart, not having nothing to say right away. So now you guys are competing with all these different types of guys. Hello everyone. So welcome to my self-improvement and dating podcast. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about get her by ignoring. So simply going ahead and not being there. Fellas that feel the need to say something, or let's say you are so used to saying something, there is going to be a time to stop. And I hope after this video, you decide to start ignoring and seeing how well it works. And so we're going to be talking a whole lot about emotional attachment. It's actually one of the main things I'm going to be mentioning, and also other things that are strategies and techniques that actually help you show that you don't play these games. So before I get into this video, make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. Let's get this video to 150 likes for a part 2. And make sure you comment free game because I'm going to be giving you a whole lot of that. And also, if you want to be saying that you are ignoring as well, make sure you comment ignoring. I know a whole lot of y'all are doing it. So awesome. Y'all need to be doing it if you're not. So let's get into this. And so the first thing is that her emotional attachment is going to grow. So the thing is that she expects you to reply most times. She expects you to be ready to say your answer that she is looking for when she asks you. So basically, you become on demand for these women, right? Now, let's say you start ignoring, especially if it's like she's giving you attitude, if she's not all into you, then she has to start looking your way. And now it's like, how long is she going to be waiting for that response? Now, let's say you ignore and then you get back to her. Now she starts feeling like, well, in the meantime, I was waiting for you. And in the meantime, she was thinking about you. Not only that, she was also wondering. And fellas, if you want to get on the line, talk about how you could implement all the strategies I'm going to be talking about today, make sure you go ahead and book a consultation, or let's talk about what's going on, self-improvement, whatever it is. Consultations could be about anything. If it's really dating, I want to hear your story. Make sure you go ahead and book by clicking the link down below after this video. And so back into a whole lot of feelings and a whole lot of emotions are happening just from you spending that time apart and you not having nothing to say right away. If she expects this out of you already, it's almost like you are not going to be that interesting. It's almost like she doesn't really think about you so much. So here's what happens way too many times with fellas, that you guys are not getting women that you want. Let's say she looks good. Sometimes it comes with an attitude. Whatever the issue is, when there is disrespect, because this is the time when you should be ignoring the most, you guys decide to still not ignore. You guys decide to say, well, it's fine. Or, I'm going to make it up. Why are you guys making it up when it's actually her fault, right? So you guys will be there. You guys will still take it. And then what happens? She's looking over here, seeing who's over there, all these other guys. Now she's trying to find the best guy for her, exactly what she wants. And we know that checklist is actually long. We're talking about height. Obviously, money and status is always going to be relevant. And we know the other types of things, like you got to give it to her really good. And so this makes it so challenging for fellas to actually be picked as number one and have this woman be all about you. So now you guys are competing with all these different types of guys. And now she has you as another guy. Now, when you put ignoring into place and she has to go a few hours, and especially if she's used to talking to you, right? If she has to go a few hours, maybe a day or two, if she's been bad, right? So if these things happen, now she has to think about you. And really what's just happening is her emotions are getting invested back into you. A lot of females allow themselves not to be emotional, not to get attached, and most importantly, not to actually look your way or put any effort. In other words, investing into you, that's not going to happen. So when she actually has to start doing that because you're ignoring, that's where you got her. And now that emotional attachment grows, and now she's thinking about you. Now she wants to just hang out. And fellas, if you would like to know what she would want you to do in the bedroom, and this is the time where you won't be ignoring her, this is a time when she wants you to do certain secret stuff. A whole lot of exclusive and explicit content are on Patreon. Won't be on here, fellas. If you want to catch up and see what else is on there, make sure you click that Patreon link down below. And so let me go ahead and wrap up with ignoring is so powerful. And so make sure you go ahead and try it sometimes. It doesn't mean it has to be done for days and stuff. Sometimes though, some fellas, they will do it. Sometimes they wait until the next day, the next morning, if you don't want to wait too long. Some fellas even do the whole week. And she's over here reminiscing, thinking, hard and heavy about you. Now let's get into the next thing. And the next thing is all about the standards that you have to put into place. So really a lot of fellas just don't have standards. I'm sorry to say it like this, but a whole lot of fellas out here, because again, you come around that girl that you really, really like, you really, really love, you've been maybe talking to her for a while, you think she's the one, and hey, she could be the one, but you got to get her to act right, maybe, right? So now when you come around her, your standards are going low, down low, right? And where is it at? So really, you guys actually lose a whole lot of respect because with your standards, it's not there. With you actually saying, I'm not going to let this happen because this is how you're treating me, back to disrespect, back to not actually treating me for my worth and actually not being loyal or actually not being there. Just as simple as that. Back to talking to other guys when she's supposed to be talking to you. So your standards should be there where you know, okay, that's not acceptable. So I got to ignore. So I got to disappear. Let's say it like that. And so with your standards, make sure you have it so she's not thinking that she could just run you or do whatever she would like and please. And what happens, honestly, is that she loses interest when she's actually doing that. And I'm going to be talking about interest in a second. I have 2 ebooks available now, and one is about how to get her, and the other is how to attract a woman you want. And on the screen, you see all that it includes. This will help you go ahead and improve your game when it comes to women. And overall, you're going to understand how a woman thinks and her emotions. And what I decided to add at the end is my personal experience. I was really going through it, and also how that fella that wanted me got me. And make sure you get your ebooks by clicking the link down below. But the last thing on my list is that you show you have no interest to low interest. So her interest will actually go low or disappear because what's happening with you is that she's not all into you no longer, right? And this is back to, yes, when she sees that you're willing to accept anything. That happens a lot of times. But when we reverse it, now back to you. When you show that you have low interest or no interest, she's amazed, right? And that's just the beginning. But then she's also now up for the challenge to try to get you to respond, to try to make it a point to prove that you are not going to go that long without speaking to her, that you can't go forever without speaking to her. And the fact is that when you do actually show low interest, or let's say that you're just not really about her no more, she gets offended. And then if she really cares about you, she's going to try to actually do something about it. So that just might mean she's going to try to contact you multiple times. If she's really, really serious about you, she might just also try to call you and try to check you and try to ask you, why are you going to keep going with ignoring me? How long are you going to ignore me? But on the bright side, when she does that, it does show that she does care. It does show that she does want you to respond. And then if it's not that case at all, then maybe she's trying to test you, but she does want validation. So in the future, I will talk about all the stuff that I mentioned. There's so much more to talk about. And I'll also talk about validation, right? With ignoring and then actually getting a response. Then she gets a validation out of that if that's simply what she just wanted. And oftentimes that's what she wants, right? So make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know if you want the part 2. It'll come quick if we get this video to 150 likes. If you haven't still liked, go ahead and do that. And if there's other videos y'all want me to do, let me know in the comment section. And if you want to know more about ignoring, yes, go ahead and check out the video above and you could go ahead and learn so much more. That is all. Bye, y'all.
I am in control. I control my thoughts and I think positively.
Sleep affirmations available in the